Jay, you're 100% on time this week, brother. Even a tad early. We'll give people another minute or two, and then I'll get to yapping my gums, and we'll go to the chat. Hopefully, the chat keeps us going. We got a little week in the chat last week. Didn't really. I had to make stuff up to keep going. So hopefully we can keep things going this week. All right, looks like we got a few people in the chat. So I just wanted to hit this topic for a little bit, and that topic is street racing and all the uproar with Kevin Van Voris and his brother David Van Voris. So uh, whether y'all know it or not, YouTubers have been getting hemmed up for street racing for a while now. It goes back to, I believe it was Rush SRT. I think that's was his YouTube. It's Rush something, and that was probably a year or two ago, maybe a little longer. Um, there's just been a number of YouTubers getting hemmed up for their videos they post on YouTube and Instagram, and I hate to feel sorry for them because you're putting it out there. 100%. I mean, you say you're in Mexico, but you're running by street signs that are 100% English. And literally, you're running by uh, interstate interstate signs telling you what road you're on. You're showing how fast you're going. That's all the proof they need is where you're at and how fast you're going. Boom. They telling on themselves, trying to get those views and get those uh, big time viral videos. I think that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, yeah, Jay. That's what I'm. That's kind of what I'm getting at. It's easy for the police to identify where you're at, and then you throw your speedometer in there. It's hard for me to feel sorry for you because you put it all out there. And you know it's illegal. It's not like they didn't know it wasn't illegal when they did it, or while they were doing it. I mean, it's illegal. I get hit up, not a lot, but I've got hit up some, even in my Instagram and some of my videos. Like, hey man, you drive your car like you're an old man. I'm like, I sure enough do. One, YouTube doesn't pay me enough to pay for a speeding ticket, let alone the points and the insurance and everything else that goes crazy once you start getting those speeding tickets. And if you get street racing, you're going to jail, right? Kevin Van Voris, he went to jail 3 times for the same charges in 2 different counties. So, and where we're at, the same thing. There's 2 different counties really, really close to each other. You got PG County and you got Anne Arundel County where I'm at. If I'm out there playing around on, say, 50 or 97, for example, boom, nailed. Both counties. You get hemmed up twice for the same charges. Yeah, Jay, that's my point. Um, it, for me, it's just not worth it. I'm not looking for that yeah, street racing viral video. Um, I'm not looking. YouTube's not my full time job. Kevin Van Voris is the same way. It's not his full time job either. And his brother David, it's not their full time job. YouTube, they've got other jobs, and hey, and it is only if you get caught. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, the bottom line is for the normal average person, it's just not worth it. It really isn't. Um, your car gets impounded, you got to pay for your car. They took everything from Kevin Van Boris, phones, computers, laptops. They took his PlayStations, a 4 and a 5, I believe. Um, they literally took his wife's phone. They went and took his brother's phone, even though his brother got charged with his own charges. But there is just way too much to lose uh, to be out there street racing, put it on YouTube, and get caught. That's just my 2 cents. No, I remember those videos he put out. There was the videos were pretty damaging. But very could very well have been someone pointed the police in the right direction, vice the police looking directly at him. But um, yeah, it only takes one person with a vendetta, and this is what happens. And you are breaking the law, and you know you're breaking the law, or you wouldn't say you was in Mexico doing it. Uh, it's tough. It is, but um, that's what people want to see, and I guess YouTubers are gonna keep on doing it. Street Speed 717, he is always out there street racing, literally street racing. What he's doing is street racing. Not in the traditional sense, but when you're racing up against another car, doing those pulls, uh, it is what it is. But we're just here to hang out tonight, do a little chat. Um, Boy, we're a little low in the numbers tonight. I seen some. I think Racer X also had one at 9 o'clock tonight to talk about the same thing. YouTubers getting arrested. So maybe I lost a few people to Racer X and his channel. So we'll go for a little bit, see if anyone else pops in the chat. No one else pops in the chat. We'll just probably call it an early night. But the guys are getting their cars together. The guys in the IG chat. So Wide Body Mike is finally getting his car together. Taking measurements for a few more things that he needs to get done. So he's going to be waiting on some parts. Jay, I know you're getting real close with your car um, and getting it done. Ant got a new inner chiller or killer chiller, inner chiller, one of those chillers for his Hellcat to keep those temps down. I know he's working on his a little bit. We got a little bit of work to do on Shake and Bake yet before March when the season opens up. Um, but we are going to be ready come March uh, to get those nines on a stock bottom bin. Swapping gears, Jay. Yes, sir, buddy. But who else out there excited about the 2023 season? Someone else has got to be excited out there. I seen a few folks' cars out there on Instagram doing some Texas stuff coming up pretty soon too. There's Mike banging on the drive shaft. But yeah, so again, if you need anything done for your car performance wise, and you're in the DC, Maryland, Virginia, the DMV area, definitely look up Starks Performance and Maintenance. Um, he's getting filled up quick. He's getting a lot of work fast. So if you need something done and you want to get it done before March, you better start hitting him up now. All right, boosted Hemi, you got them big injectors, boy. You got them big injectors. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get bigger injectors too because I know there were at points my 1050s were running at like 80, 85%. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking for probably some 1200s, um, maybe 1300s. Just I got to do some calculations on where I want to be and what I want to do, but yeah, I'm gonna have to get some bigger injectors as well. 97%. You're close to running out, that's for sure. All right, good looking honky. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. 69 Roadrunner with only 69,000 original miles. 900 grand. I got you. I got you. Jay, Jay says, step up to the big boys with 1500s. Well, I may eventually get to the point where I need that big of injector, but I don't think I need it right now. Paint it white. All right, Hoggy. All right, brother. Yeah, so we got some more updating to the shake and bake when we go to the forged internal engine. I got a few more things I got to pick up to make sure we're ready to make that swap. Hopefully, if things go well and we get a couple nines in those first 2 weeks of March, um, yeah, we'll move to the forged engine. Hopefully, that'll take about a week or so to get that done. If I get in there and push Mike a little bit, and I plan on doing some wrenching myself on old shake and bake. If y'all haven't noticed, I've been trying to do a little bit more wrenching on my own car, so I'm getting smarter. That's what I'm hoping, Jay. I think I'm gonna bend your ear again a little bit, and then talk to Mac and bend his ear a little bit, and see how exactly we want to do this. But I think with what we're looking at doing is, like I said before, looking at putting the two-step in there, hopefully to be able to use that to leave on boost, and then use the nitrous if I have to use the nitrous, and if I do, possibly looking at going for a wet kit uh, to make it happen. No doubt it's done, Jay. All right, all right, all right, Mopar Matt, what's going on, brother? Yeah, yeah, boost the Hemi, just a little push to get me out the gate. Just a little. Try and get that 60 foot back into the 1.4s, possibly a high three, depending on how far we go. But yeah, it's just a little kiss, just a little kiss. Not we're not going all the way to Frenchy right quite yet, but we'll get there. We will get there. for sure. All right, Matt, how's your build coming, buddy? I know you were looking at doing a few things. Yeah, I think this was one of the last. Oh, well, the install video. I think was one of the last videos we did at the dealership with Mike, if I'm not mistaken. Then he moved to his new shop. But hey, I think thanks to everybody tuning in, collecting parts. Hey, that's the way to do it, man. Um, so there's something to be said to do it both ways. Like you're doing, Matt. Gather everything up at once. That way, um, you're only paying for labor once on a lot of things. And that's the biggest thing is doing it that way is it's a money saver because you're saving a lot of possible double tapping for labor. Um, the only thing is when you do a lot of things at once, it's a lot tougher to pinpoint something if something goes wrong. So I think I've been pretty lucky the way I've done my build. Yes, I've paid probably more in labor than I should have if I'd have waited and just got everything at once. Um, but doing onesie twosies at a time gives you the opportunity to work out the bugs. Who pays for labor? Yeah. All right, Jay. I know you don't have to pay for labor. Some of us have to pay for labor. But doing the onesie twosies kind of spreads things out. Able to dial in, I think, in my opinion, dial in the tune a little bit better as you do those modifications. And if things do go wrong, it's easy to pinpoint what went wrong. And it's easy to pinpoint what you got out of those mods or what you didn't get out of those mods. But like I said, it's like buying a higher trim or modifying your car, right? It's all in how you want to do it, and don't let anyone tell you different. Neither way is, uh, both ways are 100% fine, 100% correct. There's no wrong answer. But it was just the way I did it. I think it just worked out well because I really haven't had a lot of problems. Oh, which the the Y modify video. Yeah, that was just something for me to put together. I'm gonna do the next one is gonna be why buy a higher end trim, vice modifying a lower trim. So I'm hitting it from both angles. Again, they're both right answers. There's no wrong answers. All right, Matt, that's awesome, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, YouTube is getting it's getting tougher and tougher, man. It really is. The views across the board. I've talked to a couple different folks. The views across the board tend to be down, and yeah, it's tough to crack into the YouTube market now. Being that pretty much everything has been done 10, 20 times over, if not 100 times over, on the YouTube. So it's really tough to come up with content that hasn't been done before, modifications that haven't been done before. But not to discourage you, it's still 100% doable. Just going to take a little bit of work. And Matt, anything I can do to help you out, hit me up on IG. I'll do whatever I can to help you out in your YouTube journey. Yeah, those high price items are all high price items. Nice boosted 5.99 and 8. That's quick. That's quick. I was trying to look back. I can't remember my fastest time in the 8. Let me go back in a video or two while folks are still in the chat. Let me go back to one of my 10.3 days. Let's see. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's that? 10.31 pass. That's not it. And that's not it. There she is. So that was a 6.6 to the 8 and did a 10.31. Oh, 6.16. You're close. You're close, boosted Hemi. That shouldn't take a whole lot to get there. But again, you know the deal. The faster you go, the harder it is to go faster, and the more expensive it is to go faster. That's just the modifying way, folks. But Boosted Hemi, good luck, brother. I hope you hit that goal. That's quite the goal there. Ooh, yeah, it's cooking at 117. See, that's my problem. Is my car back half's like a mother. The front half, it's okay. Don't get me wrong. It's okay, but my front half is not nearly as good as the back half. But that's typical for the difference in the superchargers we're using, right? So yours is the positive displacement, and I got the Pro Charger style. The centrifugal, whatever that word is. Pro Charger. How about that? Belt driven turbo. How about that? Yeah, and Jay, you're probably in the same boat. You're back halfing like a mother, but the front half maybe not so much. 139, man, that's kicking. That's a good 60 foot. I wish I could get a 139 60 foot. I did get a couple 1.4s. I think it was only a couple. There wasn't many 1.4s, and they were high 1.4s. Obviously, I think there was a couple 49s. I think I hit. Yeah, Jay, I know how to spell it. I just can't say it. Centrifugal. Yeah, man. Don't. I'm usually a negative Nancy, but don't let me get you down. Uh, if you can come up with some creative, I would say filming techniques. If you do something a little different in the filming part, you may do a little bit better. I don't know. 45 to 48 launching in second. Man, that's ooh, those are some good 60 foots, that's for sure. Jay, I don't think he is, Jay. Boosted, I don't think you're spraying, are you? Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think you were. Those are some good 60 foots, that's for sure. There's that big HP 90 going into old shake and bait. 250 upper stock blower. Nice. Did you do a lower pulley? Yeah, Jay, you should be kicking. You should be kicking right up there with start. Oh, okay, stock lower. Nice. Those are some good numbers with stock lower pulley and just doing a 250 upper. Hmm. Oh, it. See, you did say stock lower, and I asked you the question right after reading. I only read the 250 upper. I didn't read the second part. Yeah, Jay, I wish I could back half 145. Eek. 137 has been my fastest. Has been my fastest. Don't mind me. I don't know what I'm doing. Moving things around. Alex, man, you're welcome, brother. That's that's kind of why I did this because I knew one I knew YouTube was never going to be my full time job. If YouTube was going to be my full time job, I wouldn't be doing just plain car content. I would be following everyone else's. Uh, I'd be following everyone else's content. Mopar uh, news, and all those theoretical builds and stuff like that. Those videos do a lot better on everybody's channel. Look at RT Life. He does a lot of the news stuff now. Racer X, that's pretty much all he does is news stuff now. Doesn't do hardly anything with his car anymore. Where's another one? Marspeed. That he starting to do a few things with his car, but primarily he does nothing but news, and those kind of videos just happen to get the views. It's just the way YouTube works, man. But 2013 SRT8, nice, nice, 150,000 miles before winter. Is time for a rebuild. All right, what are your thoughts? High compression E85 NA build. I love it, man. That sounds like you could have yourself a monster right there. You could even possibly stroke that out if you wanted to, um, and run a E85 NA build. Stroke it out a little bit, put a little higher compression. Nothing wrong with that at all, man. It sounds like a good plan at this point, right? Um, I'm not sure of E85 on NA builds if you're gonna see um, if you're gonna see massive gains using E85 on an NA build. Um, but hey, all I can right. So that's something I haven't seen. So give it a try. Let me know how it goes. All right, boosted. He's got his YouTube channel out there. Go out there, check him out. Watch his runs. 25 psi, 373 on 28-inch tires. Should be higher, honestly, but I'm put out realistic numbers. I I do try and put out numbers every once in a while, but I try not to. I'd rather just let the runs speak for themselves when I get to the track. 12 to 1. That's pretty good. That's pretty good compression right there. Yeah, Jay, that's what I was saying. Hey, if you're gonna go high compression and you're gonna stay NA, and you're gonna go high compression, you got to stay NA. Yeah, go that 13 to 1. If you're gonna crank it up, and then hit it with a little stroker. Boy, you'd be killing it. And um, if you're definitely gonna stay NA, hey, go for that 426, man. Go for that 426 stroker. Yeah, we got E85, a lot of E85 spots around here too. Yeah, Alex, nothing wrong with going E85 on an NA build. Nothing wrong with that. I just don't think you see the gains in an NA application that you see in a boosted application with E85. I think you see a lot more bigger gains on boosted stuff than you do NA stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of spots around here with E85 as well. Man, we're just kind of trudging along here. But yeah, as usual, lots and lots of racing videos coming, coming starting in March. Lots and lots of track videos coming for sure. As always, you guys know I hit the track pretty much every weekend, uh, and there's at least one or two videos comes out of each and every one of those track days. Yeah, Alex, where are you located at? Just interested to know. If you don't mind throwing it out there, it's up to you. Yeah, but 93 around here is everywhere. The DMV area, all the gas stations have 87, 89, and 93. You can almost guarantee they have it. E85 is a little less prevalent, but there's enough gas E85 stations around here. Oh, Wisconsin, gotcha. Nice. It's got to be a little chilly out there about now, ain't it? Yeah, Jay, that's my hope, man. Everybody's car stays together this year. Hopefully, we have no major issues in 2023 out of any of us. That's the hope. Corn in Wisconsin makes sense. Absolutely, there should be plenty of E85 out that way. But I tell you, most of the stations around here do that winter blend. They do drop their percentage down into the 70s. I've noticed pretty much everywhere I go around here, except for one specific E85 station. They're all low 70s at the pump, but typically those folks definitely go back up into close to 80 when it comes summertime. Ooh, ice, raining ice. Ah, man, that's terrible. -40 for about 10 days. Ooh, that's chilly. I mean, we get into the 20s and the positive 20s, and we say it's cold. Yeah, boosted. Same here. It's typically around 70. There's one specific gas station that they ensure they keep theirs roughly around 80. But all of the other stations, and the chain stations like Highs, Royal Farms, Sheets, they're all in the low 70s, just for the winter, and then typically you see it higher in the summer. Tell you, Jay, that race 110 is gonna kill your wallet. It's gonna kill your wallet. Yeah, Jay. For whatever reason, typically a little further south, you don't see a whole lot of E. That's for sure. Yeah, Jay. I think when you get further north too, it probably tends to die out a little bit, just because you know how E works in the cold. It doesn't work very well unless it's low in the 70s. I know my car recently has been starting right up on. I think mine is right around 72. My gauge says 72, 73, and it starts right up in the morning. So when it's 30 some degrees out, it starts right up. Before, when I had 80 in it, ugh, it chug a lug a lug a lot. Told you, Jay, that race gas is expensive. It was expensive 2 years ago when I was buying race gas. 12 to 1, you're pushing it for boost, Alex, for sure. Um, yeah, typically boost, you want to be in the like 9.5, 10 to 1 for boost. So, my opinion, I'm not a professional, but I would say 12 to 1 is a little bit too much for boost. So, if you're thinking about boost, definitely keep your compression back down a little bit. All right, Hugh, so you're not seeing too much up there in New England either. Matt says he's never even seen an E pump. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'm just glad we do have some around here. Yeah, Alex, that goes to my uh, the plan and your goals. You got to know what those are, because yeah, the difference between boosted and NA is there are some significant differences in the cams you may want to look at. Obviously, the compression you're going to want to look at. The intake manifold you're going to want to look at. There's many differences between the two. So that's where I started. I was like, I'm going to stay NA and I'm never going boosted. Well, I went boosted and paid dearly for it in the long run. So literally changing all kinds of stuff out that I bought specifically for NA. I still haven't changed out the cam. The 270 cam's been working great with the Pro Charger. So I'm probably gonna stick with the 270 cam for now. But yeah, there's significant differences between both of those builds. And if you go down one route and change your mind and go the other, it's going to cost you some money. Yeah, boosted sheets is one of those ones that gets that winter blend too. Yeah, that's why I say, Alex, you're really gonna have to make up your mind which road you want to go down, or like I said, be prepared to pay for things a couple times over. Yeah, Matt, there's nothing wrong with 93. Really, there really isn't. Yeah, Jay, I've spoke to a couple people, and it's like just stick with the two. If you're doing well with the 270 now, just stick with it. Um, there's no sense in wasting six, seven, 800 bucks for a new cam when the current one's doing just fine. Um, hitting those numbers, getting some great numbers with the CompCam 270. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with it and see what happens with the new engine. Hey, we were up to 12 there for a little while. Where are y'all guys going? Okay, Alex. I'm telling you, that's where I started. I was like, I want to. I love being NA. I'm having fun being NA. And then took a ride in wide body Mike's car with the Pro Charger. I was like, what was I thinking? I should have done this. I should have done this a long time ago. But yeah, Alex, you just you just gotta kind of make up your mind, man. Uh, uh, so you don't have to, but just keep in mind if you do switch one way to the other, uh, more so going NA to boosted than boosted to NA. But yeah, be prepared to pay for some stuff twice, or a little extra money to switch back one way or the other. $700. That's how you know. All right, there's Hugh coming in with a shot of nitrous. Everybody's liking the nitrous, but it is the cheapest dollar for horsepower. Nitrous is the way to go. And that is true. You got to have a tuner that knows what they're doing to tune on nitrous, um, for sure. MMX is recommending their blower cam over the 270 or 274 for my Pro Charge setup. Yeah, I mean, this is I've talked about cams a couple times, but my opinion, what you're gonna get out of, uh, I'm just guessing here. I have nothing to back this up, but if you already have a 270 or 274, and you go with an MMX blower, max effort blower cam, I'm not really sure how much you're gonna see the difference between the two. I would love a MMX, go out there, put a 270 in something, put it on the dyno, turn around, put your cam in there, and run it back through the dyno. I would like to see the numbers before I go spending six, seven, 800 bucks for one of your blower cams when I've already got a 270. I haven't seen any of those types of videos comparing cams. Comparing cams is tough, just because of the work involved in swapping out cams. But I'd love to see some videos on the different cams and how much you get out of someone else's cam. Trinity Motorsports, how much weight have you tried to pull out of shake and bake? The only things I pull out are the front seat, the back seat, and the spare tire. So you're looking 60, 50, 60, 70, 80, another 30, 120, 150, probably nowhere close to 150, more like probably around 120 pounds, with just removing those three things. Boosted Hemi, dude. I appreciate it, man. I really do. You're kicking in, man. I love the super chats. I love the support. You guys just you don't know how much it means, and you know the deal. That 9.99 is going right back into Shake and Bake. You know that 100%. But that's the only weight I've tried to pull out of Shake and Bake, and that's all I do. It's front seat, back seat, and the spare tire. If you don't have the spare tire and you got the speakers back there, you pull out that Harman Kardon speaker and the little pump they give you uh, for for your spare tire. Um, I haven't gone to the extremes of tearing out carpets, taking out the door cards. Um, there's I think Speed Logic has them. They've got billet aluminum. Uh, what do they call them? Bumper brackets. I think they are. I think they got them for the front and rear, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of things out there where you can try and shed some weight, but really all I do is the yeah, the crash bumpers. Um, that's all I do is just the front seat, back seat, and the spare tire. And that's about 120 pounds, give or take. 10 and a half to 1, running about 10, 11 pounds of boost. Nice. Head design, that's quite a bit to do with it as well. Yep. So same thing, you know, when you're looking at an NA build versus a boosted build, heads are, there's a lot. Depends how far you want to go down the road. And I'm going back to Alex again, debating on going back and forth between NA and boosted. Yeah, yeah, Rich. I'm not talking. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking bad about any cam out there or what someone recommends you get. Um, I'm just saying if you already have a 270, I just don't know what you're going to get by moving to another cam. All right, Hugh, throwing out some knowledge there. Difference between so-called blower cams, right? So we've had this discussion before, and I've seen multiple discussions on Instagram and on YouTube. Blower cam versus NA cam. They're all just custom grind cam for a specific purpose, right? But manufacturers or grinders call them blower cams versus NA cams. Uh, for those not in the know, it makes it a little easier for them to understand what kind of cam they're getting or what the cam they're buying is should be used for. Again, boosted Hemi, dude, I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. I love the super chats. I really do. So Jay's talking about ring location for boost. Yep. All right, so they're not billet aluminum; they're just aluminum. So they are lighter than I think they're steel, if I'm not mistaken. So they are a little bit lighter. You can gain a few pounds, shed a few pounds there. But like I said, I haven't gone to that extreme to drop weight and shake and bake because she's a heavy girl. 43, 43, 40 with me in it the last time I weighed her. So yeah, she's definitely not light. And I think that was after we added nitrous and I had the bottle in with me. I think it went up to 43.40. I was 42.40 at one time, but you know, I'm getting a little chubby in my old age, so I may have added to that added that increase in weight a little bit. But yeah, I haven't done a lot in the weight reduction realm. So you can take your sway bars out. Some people buy new sway bars. You know, if you're going more race car than street car, you can arguably do away with your sway bars. I, I hear people do it all the time, but I just have not gone to that extreme. And to be honest, I really don't plan on going to any further extremes than what I've already done. Alrighty, we're closing in on the last 10 minutes. So if you got something you want to throw in the chat and you want us to discuss, throw it in there now or forever hold your peace until next week. We can talk about it next week. Um, oh, that was one of them hot days I was running for sure. 11-1, that was a hot day. Yeah, I'm with you, Hugh, right? So you guys know I drive shake and bake everywhere on the street. I drive her to work. I drive her to get groceries, wherever. I drive my car as a daily driver. So, those extreme weight reduction measures just aren't worth it for me. Yeah, Jay, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't lose some weight. 100% you can lose weight by doing some of those things. But like I said, if you're still driving on the street, arguably you could still drive on the street without your sway bars, but it's not going to be a fun ride. I can tell you. Uh, or it's going to be a fun ride. You're just not going to like the fun ride you're going to get. So you swapped a few things out to make room for the turbo piping. See, that's the thing with turbos. It's not like there's no real plug and play kit out there. Everything needs some kind of modification, some kind of reworking of something to make those kits fit. And that's one of the primary reasons why I didn't go with turbo. Nothing wrong with turbos. Turbos are 100% one of the best ways to go. But yeah, I just didn't want to go through having to whoever I would have install it figure out how to how to run all that stuff and finagle it to make it all fit. Hey Jeremy, what's going on, brother? Thanks for chiming in real quick. I appreciate it. We are into the last 8 minutes or so, so you came in came in a little bit late. Let me guess, you were out there watching Racer X in his live, weren't you? It's okay if you were. It's not a big deal. I appreciate you coming back in. Yeah, lowering your car does present a number of problems, a number of issues too. Doing some eating. All right, brother. All right. Uh, but as we wind down the last few minutes here, I 100% appreciate each and every one of you guys chiming in every week in these chats, keeping the chat going, keeping things rolling. All right, here we go. Alex chiming in. I could do 10 to 5 on the rebuild and run it for summer NA with all my bolt-ons tires and then upgrade to E85 and E-Force in year two. 100%. 100%. 10.5, you're at that top end of boost compression, but you can go 10.5 and make that happen. Um, and to be honest, a little tweak in your head gaskets, and you can bring that compression down a little bit more. Thicken up. I think it's thicken up your head gasket a little bit. You could drop that compression a little bit more. So there's little tricks of the trade you can do to get where you need to be. But once you start looking at either thinner or thicker head gaskets, you want to make sure your push rods are still work, still fit. Yeah, Jay brings up a great point. Really, at this point, Whipple is is pretty much the way to go. Those big Whipple superchargers are making crazy power. No, man, Alex, dude, I started knowing absolutely nothing, and I just happened to get in with a great group of fellas that are bringing me along slow. Sometimes I pull the tug of war with them a little bit. Jay will tell you, Mike will tell you. I do a little tug of war with them every once in a while, but just a great group of guys that got me going in the right direction, and keep me going in at least in the general right direction. Sometimes I veer off of that direction, like I said, but yeah, it's a great community. Um, I've been super lucky with the folks that I've run into, made some really good friends with the people I've run into, and we have a good time doing it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Alex. So like I said, by no means am I an expert in all of this. I mean, you can hear it in some of the chats. It's like if I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know, and I'll defer to either Jay or Mike or Ant or someone else that's hopefully in the chat that can answer those questions. If not, hit me up on IG and I'll point you in the right direction to get the answers. Yeah, the Maggies are nice. The Magnusons are nice, but it's just for us, Whipple's on the top of their game. Uh, you can add water meth to increase octane too. Yep, absolutely, 100%. The Magnusons are nice. Like I said, the Magnuson are nice blowers, but it, really at this point, Whipple's at the top of their game, man. It's hard to beat some of those. It's hard to beat those 3.0 and bigger Whipples right now. There's they're making even bigger ones. They're coming. So he's not really Alex. I don't think Alex quite has a setup yet. He's debating on what he wants to do and where he wants to go. I got you, Jay. Yeah, the E Force. Yeah, yeah. I'd probably shy away from the E Force. Definitely go with a Magnuson or a Whipple or Pro Charger. Got you, Jay. Got you. And Alex, I can't remember. Oh, that's right. You have the SRT8, so you're good. So you got the 6.1 intake, so you'll be good. All right, we are climbing up on that 10 o'clock, that 1 hour time limit I try and set for these. No, Jay, he's got the Hellcat airbox, not the throttle body, airbox. Oh, I see. He's talking about the bigger throttle body at the end. And that's a good point Jay is throwing in there. All right. Like I said, we're at that 1 hour point. I like to try and keep these short and sweet to an hour. I appreciate everyone chiming in. I appreciate everyone keeping the chat going. We made it. We made it an hour again, without me going into some crazy topics just to get through an hour. You guys in the chat kept me going. I appreciate it. And those super chat boosted Hemi, dude, I 100% appreciate it. I really do. But that's it for this week, folks. Don't forget, tune in next week. And like I said, the next video is why buy a higher trim vice buying a lower trim and modifying. So that'll be the next video, probably tomorrow night, because Thursday nights or Friday nights and Saturdays aren't very good for me. So I'll probably try and get that out sometime tomorrow evening. So that's it for this one, folks. Until next time, adios.